People you've never even met are ruining your reality, the quality of your relationships, the quality of your business, the amount of money that you can acquire in this life without you even realizing it. And today I'm going to show you exactly how that has happened and continues to happen for people all over the world, including you. And I'm going to show you exactly how to stop that from happening. So first and foremost, we need to ask yourself, what programs the subconscious mind? Because if you don't know, the subconscious mind is the heart of your reality. In the Bible, it says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. It also says, guard your heart, for all things you do flow from it. And growing up, I always used to wonder, okay, how am I supposed to guard my heart? How am I guarding a piece of flesh? Like, aren't my ribs doing that job, huh? Is my chest, my pecs, so fast, so good, sorry. Are my pecs not doing that? Until I realized, or until I looked further into the definitions of the words that were used in the original manuscripts and found that your heart is more akin to your deep mind. So therefore, your subconscious mind. So guard your subconscious mind, for all you do flows from it. As a man thinketh in his subconscious mind, so is he. And now when I say that to you, it makes a lot of sense. More sense than guard your heart, for all things flow from it. Right? So your subconscious mind is the heart of reality, and it can be programmed, and it has been programmed by people you've never even met before. So first and foremost, how is this subconscious mind programmed? To get to the answer of that, I want to ask you, what are the most firmly held beliefs that you have? I just want you to think about it, or opinions. People say their beliefs, opinions are different things, but they're no truths in reality, only half truths. So a firmly held opinion turns into a belief. So whatever it may have been, I want you to notice that there was an emotional charge attached to it. If you think about something else that you strongly believe, there's also an emotional charge attached to it. Whatever emotion it may be, you may feel disgusted when you think about it. You may feel so happy. You may feel abundant. You may feel poor. You may feel disempowered because you're black and you believe that, oh, black people have to work 10 times harder to get to where they want to go. That's not the truth. But the point I want to make is everything that is embedded in your subconscious mind has an emotional charge to it. That is because emotion is the language of your subconscious mind. If you aren't speaking emotion, your subconscious mind isn't listening. So the way that your mind has been programmed is through emotionally charged experiences, whether they've been real or imagined. The reason why this is important is because your subconscious mind is irrational. It doesn't care whether you went through it. All it cares about is whether there's a strong emotional charge to the thing that is attempting to program your mind. That's what it cares about. Whether it was real, whether you went through it, or whether you observed or heard that someone else went through the same thing, it is of no importance. All it has to do is be emotionally charging. So the reason why this is important and especially observed is because we will go on the internet, and on the internet you encounter so many people. You encounter people who are just brilliant speakers who can captivate you into their story. They are charismatic, they are beautiful, handsome. So naturally you will come across that video and you're like, okay, let me watch this. They don't even have to be beautiful, whatever, charismatic. They'll just captivate your attention. Now you're engaged. And on top of that, I want to say that you're in a relaxed state, because most of the time when you're using more social media and you're scrolling through these platforms, you're at home, you're in the comfort of your home, so you're naturally in a more relaxed state. The more relaxed you are, the slower your brain waves. The slower your brain waves, the more impressionable your subconscious mind is at that moment. So now imagine you're at home, you're relaxing, everything's going calm, and you're on social media, you come across this video. And it's a nigga and he's saying, oh, my girlfriend cheated on me with 10,000 niggas. And on top of that, one of them was my brother, the other one was my dad. And now you're thinking like, damn. You start feeling sorry for him. You start feeling, ish. Your stomach starts turning. You start thinking, yo, if I went through that. And you do all of this without recognizing that you are creating an emotional charge in your mind. And what did we say earlier? Emotion is the language of your subconscious mind. So now that you're speaking emotion, your subconscious mind is listening. But because your subconscious mind is irrational and it doesn't care whether it's a real, imagined, or observed experience, it is taking those emotions that you're feeling regarding someone else being cheated on, someone else being absolutely dogged out, and now you're adopting that same programming. You're now scared of something that you never even went through simply because your mind was programmed by the emotional charge brought about you engaging in a certain video. See, and now you believe that women are trash. But when you look at yourself, how many women have you encountered that are actually that diabolical? And yet, in your mind, it's like, oh, she can't go out. If she goes out to the club, she's gonna like have sex with 10 different niggas and then come home with me and have sex, whatever. You start thinking like that. But nothing like that has happened to you. We see this as well when people talk about recessions. Let's say you may be trying to make 10K a month right now, or 20K, 50K, 100K, right? And you may be in a recession. And now you've gone on the internet, you're looking, and you see that, oh, this person, they said that they're in the same line of business as me. Oh, last time there was a recession 4 years ago, their business nearly went to zero, and they nearly had to file for bankruptcy. And now you start thinking, imagine if I have to file for bankruptcy. What am I going to do when I get to that point? What am I going to do if I get to that point? Are the people around me going to love me? Is my girlfriend going to stay? Are my parents still going to be proud of me? How am I going to live? How am I going to buy? All of these thoughts are extremely emotionally charging. And they begin to program your subconscious mind. And see, the messed up thing about this is you didn't go through either of those experiences. But you felt an emotionally charged, or you felt an emotional charged thought from engaging with their content. And now you are slowly being programmed. You are slowly being programmed into a scarcity mindset. See, people, they'll tell you online that the job market is terrible. And now, of course, you want a job. But you seeing all these things, these horror stories, people who went to school, they got a 4.0 GPA. They did 10,000 different computer science side projects that weren't even a part of the curriculum. They just did it for fun to boost their CV, and still they got rejected by every single job they applied to. You look at that and you're like, and you begin to feel scared. You feel anxious. Oh, where's my future? Am I going to get a job? Without realizing that you are thinking extremely emotionally charged thoughts. So now you adopt those beliefs. You adopt a subconscious mind of the person who has gone through those events, but you haven't gone through the events. You just observed. You just heard that someone else went through it. So now you have now accepted scarcity in jobs. You've accepted scarcity when there's recessions. You have accepted that love is toxicity. All women cheat. But you haven't actually engaged a woman that's cheating on you. Like, that's a funny thing. But you've accepted it subconsciously. And now, there are no truths in your reality other than what your subconscious mind has accepted as true. So now look at it. You're on social media. All these people have shared so many different stories that you have engaged with. You have accepted subconsciously without consciously thinking about it. And the way you accepted it is through tolerating the thought and its emotional charge, thinking about it. Now you're watching more things, right? And the thing with social media is, if a video is particularly emotionally charging, you're probably going to watch the whole video. You'll probably engage with it, or just at the very least, watch the whole video. And now, since social media is an algorithm, it's going to say, this guy watched this whole video. This video was on heartbreak, or this video was on the terrible job market environment. This video is on businesses fighting for bankruptcy. Oh, this video is on cheating, whatever it may be. And it's like, okay, let me give you more of that. See, the original algorithm is your life, the universe. Whatever you pay attention to, you get more of. Likewise, on social media, whatever you pay attention to, you get more of. So if you watch a video for 100, like the 100% of the video, you're going to get more of it. Likewise in life, if you are always paying attention to the negatives, how people aren't getting jobs in the job market, if you're always paying attention to the toxicity in relationships, people cheating, divorcing, domestic abuse, you're always going to get what you pay attention to. Well, not always, but you're going to get more of it, just like a social media algorithm. Damn. The original algorithm is this world. What you pay attention to, you get more of. Likewise, you understand that on social media, when you see something that you don't want to see, you just leave it alone, you swipe. But now, when you see something you don't want to see in real life, you pay attention to it, and now when you get more of it, you start wondering, what? See, the thing about human beings is that we cannot create anything that isn't already in existence in one way, shape, or form. So even this algorithm of you getting more of what you pay attention to, it already exists universally. You get more of what you pay attention to universally. So anyways, the point I'm making is you engage with these things. You feel an emotionally charged thought, you watch the whole video, because emotions are addicting. The most addictive thing to a human being is, number one, a state of consciousness, but number two, an emotion attached to that state of consciousness. So now you are feeling emotion like, damn. But logically speaking, you don't want to feel that emotion, but you are addicted to emotion. So you feel it, you feel it, you feel it. And on top of you feeling it, you're watching the full video. So now you're going to get more of those videos. So now every time you open your app, it becomes this thing of where it's emotional charged thought after emotionally charged thought after emotionally charged thought. And you don't even realize that your mind is being programmed by people you've never even met, who have gone through situations that you've never even gone through. But now, because you've accepted those situations by means of accepting the emotionally charged thought, you are now accepting those things into your life, even though you haven't gone through it. You are now accepting the terrible job market for you. You are now accepting toxicity, meaning love, for you. You are now accepting a reality where your business is going to go bankrupt because it's a recession, and it's only for you. You're now accepting a reality where it's hard for you to make money because you're black and you're living in a predominantly white country, and everyone's going to look at you weirdly, and no one's going to pay you what you want. They're always going to go to someone else. And that's true for you. Social media, you're now accepting so many things that you never even went through. You're now allowing them to embed in your subconscious mind. Now, even though you never went through those things, you're scared of your girlfriend or boyfriend cheating. You already don't believe you're going to get a job, so you move as if you're not going to get a job. You don't expect to get a job. So in turn, you don't get the job. It's now a recession. You expect your business to go bankrupt, so now you start operating from a point of scarcity. A client comes and you're trying to strangle them for every bit of money that you can get out of them, not knowing that because you're trying to strangle every single client for as much money as you can get out of them, you now start chasing them away. Like, imagine if you walked into a shop and someone's like, give me your money. You may give them your money there, but you definitely are going to come back. And that's how it is when you're operating from the scarcity mindset. Every person is your last ditch opportunity for you to get that which you want. So all these things that you're now scared of, it simply came into fruition because of a TikTok you saw. You weren't scared of them before you're on social media. In fact, you couldn't be scared of them because they weren't in your awareness. But social media brought it into your awareness, and now it's there. Like, one of the things that happened to me is, like, I used to have this extreme anxiety about my partner leaving for someone who was richer than me. Did that ever happen to me? No. But what I observed it on social media, I saw so many TikToks of people saying, there's always going to be a richer dude that's going to come take your girl. There's always going to be that one nigga who can give her the things that you can't give her, and she's going to come take your girl. She's going to leave. So now I was scared of that. And I had no reason to be scared of that because my immediate reality did not reflect that at all. I was programmed by something that I had never even gone through. And had I continued on that wave, I would have attracted that situation into my life. So, another situation, another example is through, let's say, my father. Fair enough, this isn't social media, but I observed in him this pattern where he would be up and then he would be down, right? And I observed it, and because I'm his child, when he's up, I'm up. When he's slightly down, I'm down. And fair enough, we were never like down, down. We always had more than enough. We always had food enough to eat. We were always able to watch TV. The TV was on, but it wasn't the level at which we were used to at a certain point, right? So I had observed that happening, and it brought about emotions because, let's be real, when he was up, I was up. So it was in my incentive, so it was in my interest for him to be up. And when he was down, it was concerning for me. So it was a very emotionally charging experience growing up, seeing the fluctuations. So what I had accepted in my subconscious mind is that there's fluctuations. You're always going to be up, then you're going to be down. You're going to be up, then you're going to be down. And that is exactly what happened to me in my young adulthood. I'd have a lot of money, and I'd have nothing. And people say, I have nothing, what if, I'd have $0. See, Zimbabwe doesn't have a good credit system, so it's very hard for you to be in debt. So I guess that is a good about growing up in Zimbabwe, because we have no credit cards. Believe you me, like, we have no credit cards. They're only debit cards in Zim. So I'll get to $0. That'll be up a few $100s, maybe even 1,000, and I'm down. It just created the seesaw where it's up then down, up then down, up then down. Why? Because that's what I had observed. I had subconsciously accepted that that is how things were meant to be. So now, look at that. I didn't go through it. Fair enough. That's an example of something that happened in real life. But that is the exact same thing that happens to people on social media. You accept things that you have never, ever been through. And now you allow them to dictate your subconscious mind and furthermore dictate your life. So if you want to take your power away from social media and recognize that, other people have programmed your mind or my mind, I can program my own mind. Oh yeah, by the way, if you're a 5-figure entrepreneur or you're a professional athlete who feels as if they have an internal subconscious block that has been blocking their revenue and performance, click the first link in the description, because I help exactly those people remove those internal blocks and get to the point in which they want to be. So anyways, you have to ask yourself, or you have to recognize that, I have been programmed by people I've never even met and will never even meet. But I can program myself. The fact that they programmed me means that I can program myself, because the way they did it was through emotional charge. And secondly, you have to recognize that you make the laws of your reality. The only thing that's different is you gave this person permission to create a law for your reality, but in the end you accepted that as a law in your reality. What I mean by a law in reality is essentially a belief. Oh, women are this. In a recession, I'm not going to make money. Oh, money is conflict. Whatever. You accepted it. And now, because you accepted it as a belief, you're naturally going to do things that align with that belief. Because if you believe the sky is red, you're not going to do things that mean that the sky is blue. No, you're going to do things that align with that. And I know that may be the most stupid example that I've given on this channel, but I don't care. I know you got what I mean. So anyways, you make the laws of your reality, but you've made the mistake of accepting someone else's laws as your own. And those laws haven't contributed to the reality that you want to enter, because if they did, you would be there right now. So the first thing I want you to do is to decide what you want to experience, what you want the laws of your reality to be, not what other people have experienced, but what you want, what you would want your normal to be. So let's say people are saying, the CS job market is cooked, but for you, there are jobs everywhere. It's not cooked. There's opportunities everywhere. Someone may say that women are shysty, but for you, there's lovely women everywhere. Not everyone cheats. Not everyone's a bad woman. In fact, there are many. There are an abundance of good women in this world. Oh, it's a recession. I'm still going to make money. It's not like the people who need my service have disappeared and there still are people who aren't affected by this recession, so the people are still going to be able to afford my price. And in fact, it's better now that I serve people to help them in a recession. I am of more value in a recession, so you start making more money in a recession. Yo, is this a Suede stain? Yo! Anyways, accept whatever you want the law in your reality to be. Now, the second step is to emotionally experience it. Why? Because if you aren't speaking emotion, your subconscious mind ain't listening. It ain't listening. So now, the way you emotionally experience it, what I get my clients to do is for them to get in a relaxed meditative state. So how they do that is they sit down, lay down still, however long it takes for them to get into a relaxed meditative state, whether it be 2 seconds, whether it be 2 minutes, whether it be 20 minutes, whether it be an hour. Just get them to do that. And then once they are in that state, I get them to visualize that which they want, that which would entail that they are living in a reality that is reflective of the law that they want in their reality. So let's say you want to get to 10K and you're in a recession. Create a visualization that would entail that you got there. So it may not be you seeing $10,000 in your hand, but it may be your girlfriend congratulating you for making that amount of money. It may be your mom saying, "Oh, I'm so proud of you. How are you able to make this much? Is this even legal?" Right? Whatever it may be, find the visualization and visualize it. Make sure it's emotionally charging so that it can program your subconscious mind. So after you've done that, you've already set the dominoes in motion. You've already flipped the first one. Now everything is going. To make sure that the dominoes continue falling, what I want you to do is to consciously, day to day, when you've noticed you've fallen off, consciously align yourself to the 7 keys of consciousness, to that which you want. So the 7 keys of consciousness are your attention, your beliefs, your expectations, your reactions, your convictions, your emotionally charged thoughts, and your perceptions. Those are the things, right? Align all of those things to that which you want. Think, what would the type of person who has what I want pay attention to? What would the type of person who has what I want believe? What would the type of person that has what I want be convicted in? What would the type of person that I want, or how would the type of person that I want to be react to this situation? What type of emotionally charged thoughts will the person that I want? And so on and so forth. Consciously align them. The reason why this is because it can keep you in line, maintaining that new state of consciousness, even when you recognize that you've consciously fallen off. And what that will do is it will allow you to get into that state of consciousness more often. And the more often you're in that state of consciousness, the quicker things come into your life. And at that point, it is finished. That is how you have recognized that you have been programmed by people you have never even met. But it is also how you have taken your power back.